Hello YouTubers, how y'all doing out there? My name is Malik and I'm back on your screen with another tip for the tube. A while back, I showed you a bit of YouTube love by telling you all about all of the studio equipment I use to make my videos. I went over things like cameras, microphones, lighting, support systems, yada yada yada. Well, today I'm going over all of the desktop equipment that I use to make my videos. All the equipment which I discussed in this video and the previous video can be found at PinnacleStudioPro.com. So let's dive on into this YouTube goodness and make it happen. I edit my videos on an HP E9270T. Yeah, it's a pretty old machine. The only place you might be able to get one of these today is on eBay. On board, I'm rocking an Intel Core i7-860 2.8 GHz processor. It's pushing 16 gigabytes of RAM, and all of the goodies are lounging on a Samsung 840 Pro 512 gigabyte SSD, which is running Windows 10. My 64-bit OS, programs, and project files are all on my SSD as well. All of my media is stored on two 4 terabyte Western Digital MyBook external drives. One of the drives stores all of the media that I import into projects, and the other one stores all of the media that is exported after my projects are complete. I feel that importing and exporting into separate drives allow for a smoother flow of data and improve rendering results while editing. I have two HP X20 LED monitors. They're not some super resolution modern wonders of the world or anything, but they get the job done. It makes sense to have two monitors or one large monitor in order to use a full screen preview when your editing software gives you that option. I don't make a lot of disc anymore, but I'm holding on to my LG Super Multi-Blue External Blu-ray Rewriter. Say that 5 times fast. Since my desktop only has a DVD burner and a Blu-ray player, I needed this back in the day when I was a disc burning fool. It connects via external eSATA, so it performs just as well as an internal drive. To make sure my audio is on point, I have two KRK Rokit 5 Generation 3 powered studio monitors. You really don't know what you're missing out on until you have a good set of studio monitors. The difference in clarity between studio monitors and computer speakers is cray-cray. In order to get clean sound from my computer to my studio monitors, I have a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. This is necessary because the digital signal can cause all kinds of sound quality issues on analog studio monitors. In order to keep the sound so fresh and so clean, you need a digital to audio converter, or DAC, between the computer and the studio monitors. One of the best things about the Scarlett 2i2 is that it has balanced TRS outputs which keep external noise to a minimum. The front of the device even has balanced XLR inputs for instruments or microphones. Speaking of microphones, I've been rocking this Shure PG42 USB for a minute. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This mic has been a workhorse for me through all my years of voiceover work. When I'm talking about how to navigate YouTube or use some type of software, this is the mic I'm usually spitting on. I love the sound it produces, and I don't think my videos would be half as melodic as they are without this little chunk of audio ingenuity. When I'm working on a project and my wife tells me that the volume is too high, I pop on my Audio-Technica ATH M40X headphones. These are the best headphones I have ever owned. I know that there may be a lot of other ones out there that are better, but I'm loving and hugging all over these. They produce full, clean sound and are super comfy. I feel that I can wear these little ear pillows for hours on end without any discomfort whatsoever. When I'm working on a project that is not a tutorial, I love using my Shuttle Pro V2. This tool allows me to be as efficient as possible, and I don't know where I'd be without it. It has programmable buttons that you can use as shortcut commands, a center wheel for frame-by-frame control, and an outer wheel for fast forward and rewind control. It's compatible with many types of editing software. I wish I could use it as a mouse as well, so I could free up some real estate on my desktop. The last tangible piece of equipment is my Logitech C920. This is an awesome webcam. Once again, it's an old little SOB, but it works, so I'm keeping it. I mainly use this device when I host Google Hangouts. Other than that, it's just a pretty monitor decoration. Like most webcams and action cams, you need a lot of light to reduce as much noise as possible and create the clearest image you can muster. Okay, I covered my computer specs and all the stuff sitting around it, so let's talk about the programs inside of it that I use for editing. I get a lot of questions about the arrows, highlights, and circles on the screen when I do tutorials. Well, now you guys can stop asking about it, because here's the program that I use to do it. Camtasia by TechSmith. I've used this software for several years, and I feel that it is the best screen recorder, hands down. If you want to take full advantage of all of the features, there will be a bit of a learning curve because there's a lot to learn. TechSmith does have some good tutorials which will help get you up to speed on the ins and outs of the software. I also get tons of questions about my intros, bumpers, and lower thirds. Well, I make those using Adobe After Effects CS6. One advantage of having something that's old is that there is no monthly subscription like there is today with Adobe CC. There isn't really much to say about this program except that it's the numero uno compositing software on the block. Once again, huge learning curve, but there are lots of tutorials out there. If you have the drive to learn how to create great effects and don't mind paying a monthly subscription, jump on this software. Those of you who follow my other channels know that I use PowerDirector and Pinnacle Studio. The majority of my editing is done with these programs. I use them about an equal amount of time. My decision on which one to use is based on what I'm doing and what features I need to get the job done. My favorite things about PowerDirector are the ease of use and simple navigation. The thing I like least about PowerDirector is the bottom-up arrangement of the timeline. My favorite things about Pinnacle Studio are the library and project bin features. The thing I like least about Pinnacle Studio is the constant need to change the timeline mode. When I can't get the job done with Pinnacle Studio or PowerDirector, I hunker down on some Adobe Premiere Pro CS6 or Final Cut Pro X. I usually turn to these professional programs when I'm working on complex projects for clients. I find myself grabbing these when a client wants a professional effect or a complex title. I used to be more of an Adobe Premiere Pro guy before the Adobe subscription thing, but now I find myself going to Final Cut Pro X a lot more frequently. Alright YouTubers, it's a wrap. Please note, you don't have to have all of this equipment to create videos. It took me years to get to where I am. If you concentrate on learning how to create the best content with the equipment that you have, you'll begin to earn money. Then you'll be able to acquire more equipment. So just start making videos and go from there. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumb that's pointed in the upward direction. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.